Brakathia Howell, Brakathia Shai, Brakathia Howell, Brakathia Shai, Brakathia Howell, Brakathia Howell, Bashim Yahweh Bahashim, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone with true well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you CAMP&Sitdowns, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shimon. This week's topic is going to be entitled Elon Musk drops a bombshell. Elon Musk drops a bombshell. And so this clip right here, first Elon Musk sat down with Tucker Carlson, who was he formerly was with Fox, and he was like a journalist, and he parted ways. But before parting ways, he was bringing out a lot of shit. Tucker was known for bringing out a lot of shit. Fun fact: he was actually at the camp many years ago in 2000, the early, the 34th Street days. Now he brought on Elon Musk. I'm gonna play what Elon Musk said because I know it's very hard to follow my lessons because my channels keep getting suspended. But this is something I had mentioned, so I'm gonna go ahead and play it. It's a bombshell, right? Let's watch it.
To being released, and then play the other clip with why they don't want him.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Wow.
Yes. And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fast answer.
And Gates.
LinkedIn and Gates.
Yeah.
And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah, PayPal.
Yeah, so that's heavy right there. Pretty much saying like, look, they don't want Trump to win because if he comes through, he's gonna lock a lot of people up. And I said that. I actually said that in one of my transit lessons. Why don't they want Trump? Because if you think about it, Trump is also an elitist in a sense, because he's controlled by the state of Israel, the so-called small hats. But unlike Kamala, he's very not on the fence. He just openly supports Israel because, Wilbur Ross bailed them out. I'm sorry, Wilbur Ross was the face. He was really sent by the Rothschilds to bail Trump out. So he's loyal to them. So that's also the good thing because if you watch one of his rallies, he's talking about we're going to bring back the real military, mentally men ready to fight. So that in my head, I'm like, okay, so if shit pop off for Israel and Iran, he's not going to be on the fence. In fact, he was the one that took out Soleimani. And he's going to have people ready behind him, ready to go to that war, So we had that angle. But this was the only thing that made sense to me. I'm like, why would they not want him in? Because he's going to lock a lot of people up. You got to remember, under him, Epstein went on a federal investigation. So he's going to launch a lot of federal investigations against the Biden family, the Gates, bring out that Epstein list. He's going to lock them up. So just like how, I don't know if you, again, I remember I said, I was like, I believe Trump was behind getting Governor Cuomo out. Because what they do is they have honey traps on each other. They set each other up. One thing they do is they use porn, speculation. They use porn. So let's say you go on a porn site, you're going to get your shit off. You watching whatever you watch. They'll put some extra freaky weird shit in there. And you're like, what the fuck is that? And then if you click it, then they're going to gradually start sending you more and more weird shit. The whole time, they tracking you. They keeping all this stuff on file. And I think that, that's what they do with these politicians. They also don't promote you unless you have some weird shit behind you that they could use to leverage. Now, the thing with Trump is he's a self-made billionaire. He got his own money. People like Elon Musk, multi-billionaires, they got their own money. And the money, scriptures tell you, money is a defense. So they could use that as a defense. It's very hard to cripple them. And I'm talking about, $200+ billion. It's very hard to cripple Elon. And so he could tell Gavin Newsom, get off your knees. He could say shit like that to Gavin Newsom because he has way more money than him. I'm going to open up with the scripture of the year. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 2. I call it the scripture of the year because, man, this scripture just fits with everything that's going on. That the Lord is just having a bunch of shit just unfold and come out to light. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." And if you've been watching my lessons, I've been bringing out the scripture all year because the Most High has just been revealing a lot to light. But these billionaires, they know each other. They know the freaky shit. They like, for example, like Diddy, the whole Diddy Diddler situation. The people in the industry knew what he was about, but they kept it secret. Why? Because he had shit on them, and that's how they operate. So if this dude gets in, a lot of heads are gonna roll, and I said that. Now, there's two ways the Lord is gonna have this play. The Most High could have Kamala Harrison, and that would stir that civil war situation. The Most High could bring Trump in, and that peace and safety could play out because he will have the U.S. economy good. He's good with the economy. He's good with putting money in people's pocket, and that creates a sense of safety. And then the Lord could strike like that. So there's two ways, the Most High could have this thing go play out. Well, either way, no matter who's in there, none of it's gonna stop prophecies. You know what I mean? None of it really stalls what the Most High has in store for this place, which is ultimately destruction. Okay, after World War III, and chariots issuing out laser beams on America. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17. It says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men." So the Most High is the one that's setting up and who's going to be the next and who's running what country and what's going to take down. And the Most High is behind it. It says, "May know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men." So again, the Most High is in control. And guess what? These politicians do influence big tech and vice versa. I mean, look, he mentioned Bill Gates. Remember, this dude came out, Mark Zuckerberg. He came out against the Biden campaign saying they altered information during the whole C-19 situation about what should be put out there, and those allegations led to the death of many because they got stabbed up. So that's them. Again, this is Psalm 60. Not again, but this is Psalm 64:8. That's just them ratting on each other. It says, Psalm 64:8. "So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." Now, who's they? The elites of the society, man. They're going at each other, And I've been saying this again for many, many, many years. Okay, they are not all in agreement with one another. Okay, this thing is not wrestling. This is not like I'm gonna be the heel and you're gonna be the hero, and okay, now strike me. It's not that way. It's more nuanced. It's more Game of Thrones-esque. It's more cutthroat. I think what's more accurate of how these elites and things go in terms of control is shit like, again, Game of Thrones, House of Cards. Where they really do want to kill each other. They do set each other up, and we don't have to speculate because guess what? They did the same shit in Rome. These Edomites were really killing each other. They really assassinated each other. They was really doing things to vie for power, backdoor deals. You have certain families that might play both sides and lie to one next and then fund the other. So it is billionaires going against billionaires. It's elites going against elites, all right? But in the midst of every council is the Most High. So I'm going to start at 1 actually with Psalm 64. It says, "To the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy." So we got to put up prayers because we have enemies. Psalms 83 tells us our enemies, pretty much all 16 nations, okay? And even 2/3 of our own nation come against us. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." And that's just really, just telling the Lord to protect us and calling on his name because there's no real hiding from the so-called white man. That's how come they're doing things like making more vehicles electric, easier to track, and you have the ability to turn off the vehicle. They try to mandate that in California. So anytime they try to mandate something and force it, you already know there's something nefarious behind it. If you watch that movie, leave the world behind. They was controlling Teslas. They hacked Teslas to drive and crash and block people off from worlds. So they showing you like, look, these EV vehicles and this whole self-driving FSD movement. Guess what? There's something nefarious behind it because that's just more control. See, when you have ICE, um, what's it called? Incombustible engines, pretty much gas cars, right? You could go off grid. You know, you have a 1970s, 1980s, even 1990s car. You could go off grid. Nobody will know where the fuck you're at. Well, when everything is electric and GPS this and turn on your vehicle with a phone, guess what? That could be hacked, man. They could fucking kill you if they wanted to. You know, you just drive and they just shut your car off. You know, they could see how fast you're going. Okay, he's going this fast. Okay, just shut the vehicle off, or all types of crazy shit with these new cars they got. It says, and then they could lock the door. You can't get out. It says, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So wet means to sharpen. And this is going into the lies and shit they tell. You know, the different lies the so-called white man tell. They come at the people of the Lord. You know? Man, this election is the biggest election ever since I've been in this country. All right, this is very huge. All right, the outcome of this is going to be very huge because it's gonna like it just the effect it's gonna have on people in America. You know, I've never seen people take it this seriously, organically. I remember in 2004 you had that whole vote or die shit, but that wasn't really organic, man. It was just that's just the media pushing people cared, and of course Obama, first black this, first black that. That was pretty one sided, but this one is very is huge, man. All right, the media, and it's mainly again the elites that stands to suffer if Trump get in. You know, you might say, well, isn't Trump down with them? And no, not like that because you gotta have you have this. This is like my man Bobby Axelrod said in Billions. All right, there could only be one. They have like a Highlander type mind. You know, let's cut this motherfucker head off. And you could look them up. Look up some of these billionaires how they destroy one another. They'll cripple one another. Man, I remember I forgot this hedge fund manager. I forgot his name, man. But he became a multi-billionaire. And what he did was he bought the property of the guy that did refuse to hire him like before he became famous, before he became really good at managing. He bought his house, destroyed this shit, and rebuilt a bigger house. So it was just out of spite. Like, you didn't pick me. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy out your mansion because you going under. I'm going to destroy that shit in front of you and build a bigger house on top. So they do shit like that. So I'm pretty sure there's vested interest of other elitists who wants Gates out. And I believe this because, you know, if it was just like wrestling, like, oh, you gonna be president now, you gonna be president, then why the fuck would they campaign and do all and spend all this money and try to kill each other? Like, why are they trying to assassinate him if it's just predetermined? You know what I mean? In the sense that anybody, why even rig the elections? Why did Joe Biden hire the mob in Philadelphia to get those ballots? You know what I'm saying? So they do, you know, there is like some sort of, yes, there's bribery and shit going on, but both sides, there's different people being bribed. You know what I mean? Because they want different things. They do want different things. It says that they may shoot in the secret at the perfect. Suddenly they do shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And guess what? Going back to Luke 12:2, a lot of people are seeing them now because you have alternative media. I've been watching a lot of stuff on Michael Jackson because, you know, now with the readily information, you can see the media was destroying him, telling a bunch of lies on this dude. Yes, he was, you know, he would do some things I wouldn't advise. It was very naive. But in terms of being a child molester, that's something he never did. You know, the man had, they say like pedophiles on average have like 250 victims. He had 5 accusers in his entire life. And none of them went to the police. So it was all about money. But when you watch the media, you know, you would think like this guy was crazy, you know. And he was always speaking against it. Now, you can't, like shit like that happened back in the 90s, you can't do it now because there's so many different forms of alternative media. So the shit that, for example, Bill Gates is doing in the 90s, he could hide in the shadows. Now when he's talking about shit like controlling the weather and telling people to get stabbed up, there's other people that's gonna jump on X, jump on TikTok, jump on YouTube, jump on Rumble, all right, and have people thinking otherwise. Not people are not sitting down in front of cable television anymore, just listen to what they see on the news. Okay? And first of all, you got the prophets, apostles, the elders, brothers of great millstones, that we're doing lessons through the Spirit of the Lord. So though they sneak around and try to do shit sneakily, it's becoming more and more difficult to get away with it because of the advent of the internet, which the Most High set up to push out the truth. 6, it says they search iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. This man is crafty and evil, man, and wickedness. Scriptures also tells you in the book of Sirach 12 and 10, never trust your enemy. So never trust none of these devils. It's always something nefarious. They don't have a pure heart. Because the Most High tells you that the wicked are estranged from the womb, so they're not meant to be pure. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, right? Missiles, okay? The hypernym for arrow is missiles. Or in the scriptures is talking about arrows, it's referring to the nuclear missiles, man. Okay? You know the Iron Dome that Israel has to protect itself from incoming aerial attacks? It's just one of many different aerial systems they have. They have another system called Arrow 1 and Arrow 2. So, and then the apostles bring this out that defective missiles, another term for them is broken arrows. So, it's talking about the missiles. The Most High is going to shoot nuclear missiles upon America and different parts of the world, okay, to judge it. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. The Most High is going to put an end to the elites ultimately. See, the elites, this is how the Most High is so deep. Play chess. The elites want World War III to come. They're pushing for it. They want it. They're trying to speed it up. Like, go to war, go to war, go to war. Because their mindset is that after World War III, they're going to remain they want to bring the population down to 500 million. The Georgia Guidestones. The missiles will do that. They want a catastrophic World War III, and wherein they will escape under some very deep underground bunkers and in space stations, right? That's how come you have Jeff Bezos working on Blue Origin. You have SpaceX. You have Virgin Galactic, which is doing space, which a lot of them will escape the nuclear destruction. All right, they got remote islands and all that type. They're prepping for it. They know it's going to go down. So their whole thing is, okay, when it happens, we're going to have all the resources and rule over the small population that's left. So that's what they think. They call it an enlightened utopia. But what they don't know, in the fullness of their sufficiency, they're going to be estranged. So when they come out these bunkers or what have you in these space stations, thinking that they're going to rule, they're going to open up the doors, or we're going to open up doors, however it plays out, to Jake ruling and putting them in slavery. So that's the Most High really just playing that 4D chess. We're just all puppets of the Lord. And just walking to the beat of the Lord's step. Actually, let me just get that real quick. Everyone's a puppet of the Most High. Left hand, right hand, high level, low level, doesn't matter. Proverbs 16:1, the preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So the Most High is, moving these wicked elites around. If you jump down to verse 4, it says the Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Most High has them in their mind thinking, okay, well, when World War III goes down, we're going to rule, but really they're just going to come in the chains. So, man, I can't wait to see what happens in November. I've never seen so much money being put behind somebody that has zero experience. Kamala Harris has zero experience. She's not good at public speaking. She's not a great politician. However, you got the media, you got the billionaires behind you. Of course, you got women, very easy to manipulate. And, Trump has diehard loyalists. And his 4 years, the American people saw, good shit. They saw like good gas, all that type of stuff, low inflation. So, man, that's what I'm saying. It's very interesting to see how this plays out. Very interesting. Either way, either way, these prophecies will not be hindered. And the Most High has many different angles to play it. But 2025 is going to be a very, very, um, it's going to be a year that's going to be very impactful, I believe, to the Spirit, you know, and the Most High can have a lot happen in a very short time span. Very short time span, you know. It's not impossible for us to be delivered in 2025. A lot could happen. Like I said, the only major prophecy is the RFID microchip being mandated. I said that in the previous lesson. And then we could be out of here. So that's what we're hoping for. You know, that's what we're hoping for. Get a righteous kingdom set up. Yahweh Shah leading, we be enjoying ears. And praying, Lord willing, that is very soon. With that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Aki and Tzedaki, and that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.